Everyone, we're going to be doing a gradient with some leopard print today because I love gradients and I love leopard print, and I also learnt a new trick with gradients that makes them look much nicer. So we're going to start off with with a base, picture polish, bright white, as you can see. Then for our gradient we're going to use picture polish watermelon, totes, and blush. You'll also need a latex makeup sponge, which this is the trick. So if you pre-dampen it, it stops the bits from coming off onto your nail. So you get a nice clean gradient rather than a gradient that's full of little bits of sponge. I thought it was because I was using crappy sponges, but then it turns out it's because the sponge was too dry. So thank you to everybody on Instagram who gave me tips and helped me with advice. It was really great that I was able to get help from you. So thank you. Some other products we'll be using when we get into our leopard print is black acrylic paint and a dotting tool from Picture Polish, as you can see, different size dots. I'm also going to use liquid Palisade by Kies because I just find for me this works best. I know people can, say you can use liquid latex and things like that. I just prefer to use this one. Also because I'm pretty loyal to them because, they were the first ones that commercially came up with the idea. And top coat at Glisten and Glow. HK Girl, lots of stuff as you can see in a nice pile. Please excuse this hand. I haven't taken this off yet because I like it too much. Alright, let's get into it. So here I'm applying liquid Palisade around my nails just to protect when I'm sponging and also to make for really easy cleanup. So now we're ready to start our gradient. So I'm applying watermelon, totes and blush to the sponge and then dabbing it onto my nail, pressing up and down a couple of times. I repeat that 3 times just to make sure I'm getting the best possible coverage, and as you can see that pre-dampened sponge really helps. Okay, so now that our gradient is done, we're going to peel off this awesome stuff. You want to do this kind of before the polish dries too much, otherwise you'll find it really hard. Oh no, I've just nicked it. Really hard to get it cleanly off, as the polish will start to dry on the edge. There we go. And it won't come off neatly. It'll kind of get flakes all on the edges. So, ta-da. Now we've just got to fix up that bit at the end where I've just managed to nick my nail. I'm a bit annoyed about that, but that's okay. There we go. All fixed. And that's how you have your gradient. You then get a bit of acetone on, or nail polish remover, or whatever you choose to use as your remover. And just get all this mucky stuff off the edge. Ta-da. So that is the first step. So if you don't want to add anything to your gradient, you can just then apply a top coat and that is fine. Or you can then go on and put leopard print. So we'll get into that in just a sec. So for my leopard print, I'm going to go with, sorry, it's a bit zoomed in, Picture Polish Sorbet to make my dots. And we're going to use a dotting tool from Picture Polish. I've kind of used this larger size one. And the best part about, this kind of manicure is it doesn't really matter if you make mistakes. You won't really see it. Sorry, I'm just undoing the lid. You won't really notice it because you can actually hide any gradient imperfections or, anything like that. You can hide it with your leopard spots. So let's grab our first one. Now I am doing this with my non-dominant hand, so please excuse if I'm a bit shaky because it is a little bit tricky. So there you go, one imperfection covered. You can kind of just like splodge these on wherever you want dots. It doesn't have to be neat, doesn't have to be even. So that's the first step. Okay, so dotting tool, black acrylic, and off we go. So you just make a whole lot of like little dots around the edges. Sorry about that, I was mid-filming and my phone decided to run out of memory. Okay, so we're applying our irregular dots onto our nail with our dotting tool. Like I said, doesn't matter what you do. You really can't stuff up leopard print. And then once we're finished filling out our leopard print, we'll just put some random dots just to fill in the gaps like so. And that's all there is to it. It's actually a really easy nail design. So hopefully that has helped a little bit with everybody and what they want to do with leopard print. I will apply top coat shortly. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask me on Instagram or drop us a line in the comments. Please visit at Sarah Jane Wern. That's my Instagram. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.